construction, back on yet another shower project. I should have started this about 10 minutes ago, but as you can see, this shower's got some pretty gross paneling. I had a shower door that I already took off. And that's where I've started to tear it out. We're also going to be taking out this toilet, this nasty linoleum vinyl flooring, all of this really gross base molding, this antiquated, extremely dated vanity. That light fixture's coming out. This whole bathroom's getting gutted. Look at that, isn't that awesome? And we're gonna put in a fan light combo. I'm gonna pop maybe 1 or 2 LEDs up in here. I'm gonna tile this thing in. I'm not sure if we're gonna do hardware just yet, but more than likely a brand new shower door. This is gonna look like a whole different bathroom when we're done. So this is where we're at with our bathroom remodel. The tub was a little bigger than the old tub. So what I had to do is build that wall out a little bit more, about 3 inches. Which means I got a little bit of sheetrock work to do. I'm in the midst of putting in this fan and the light. We've got to move this plumbing over 1.5 inches to the left. So we're back here on today. I don't know, whatever. I've been picking at this bathroom. Got other stuff to do, but anyway. So we've got all of our hardy backer in. For this one, if you want to come take a look here. For this one, I kind of built the shampoo nook, and I'm sealing all of my edges with this tape. And then I'm going to use thin set, the same stuff I'm going to put my tiles on with, to seal all of my edges and make this thing waterproof. This I just built out of 2x4s and hardy backer, and this is fiber cement tape. And this just helps hold the mud together until it dries and forms a waterproof cocoon around this shower. That's it. Alright, so we got a bit of a jump in our filming, but what I'm doing today is I'm trying to get up to the point where I'm putting in my deck. Shoot, okay, maybe stop. Go ahead and stop, that wasn't supposed to fall off. Okay, so we've had a bit of a jump in our filming, but I'm at the point now where I'm putting in this decorative band. It's a glass mosaic. I'm going to put a 4-inch band in all the way along here, and then it's going to transition across this sidewall, and then the whole back of this will be filled up, and I've got this brushed nickel metal edging that I'm going to edge this thing out with. You've seen me do it before. Same thing with this here. But my problem is I've built out the tile just a little bit with thin set. So if I put this mosaic blocks in there flat against this thin set, or flat against this hardy backer, it's going to sit back a little bit too farther than I want it to. So how I'm going to make that up is I've got some 1/4-inch hardy backer, and I've cut some strips, and I'm going to secure them in here, and that's going to make up the spacing behind. So when I put in my mosaic strip, it'll be nice and flush. Everything will be nice and flush, and when I go to grout it, it's all going to be beautiful. So I've run into a little bit of a problem, solvable problem, but I'm going to put in a pedestal sink here. No supply lines here and here. They're a little too wide, so they're going to stick out the sides of the pedestal sink, and they're going to look really sloppy. So I'm going to pull the wall out, and I'm going to relocate them. Bye, baby. Pipe thread sealant. So I finished the plumbing that I was going to do. What I had was my supply lines were coming out of here, and they were too low. And they were too wide because I got a pedestal sink that's 6.5 inches wide. It's going to go right here. So I brought them up to here. And how I did it was I just repiped it. You can see up inside. Just used a couple elbows and a couple short nipples, and just moved them to where I needed them at. So what we ran across here was when I pulled this light fixture off, there was a big hole in the sheetrock, and somebody had tried to repair it with some duct tape. So rather than go through the long version of this and repair it, cut it out, put in new sheetrock and float it and all that, what I did was I used a little bit of this insulation foam, and I filled it. It's cured, it's pretty hard, it's pretty solid stuff. You can actually sand this stuff and paint it. So I'm going to trim this off. I'm going to skim this over, sand it, and I should be able to texture right over it. Then I've got my electrical junction box here. This is where I'll attach my light to. If you notice over here, I had to build up this corner because the new tub was bigger than the old tub. So I had to build this corner up, and I was having some issues with this corner. So this is a little thinking on my feet. I just used a piece of red oak that I had out in the wood pile, and I trimmed this corner out, put a little bit of a cap on it. This will be painted white, and then this here is going to be the light gray of the walls. And if you'll notice, I've finished with all of the tiling that I'm going to do in the shower area anyway, and one more final wash, and that'll be ready for grout. So we've finished grouting. Got a little bit of a wipe down I gotta do. I'm gonna seal. Do a final wipe down, seal the grout. Then it'll be time some floors and a toilet. It's gonna be gorgeous. Hey, so we're about halfway through this project and we're doing some finish work. I've primed and painted this cap work right here, or this cap piece that I did. And if you want to come around and take a look, I'm sort of getting the finish work done. I'm getting a coat of paint. I've got to go over it again one more time. When I took these shelves out, we wanted to do every other shelf because it really wasn't big enough for a bottle of anything. So we took these other shelves out, and what I was left with was these big, ugly looking holes where the old shelves were. So my solution for that was to use a little bit of this red oak, these red oak pieces that I've got here. So I cut them all to size, and I'm gonna tap these in there. It's gonna fill in the space a little bit. I'm gonna use my nail gun, nail it in, and then use some painter's caulk and go over it with one more coat of paint, and it'll all look nice and solid. So I find all of these little problems. None of this stuff is textbook, and you kind of just got to figure it out. So that's what I'm doing, and it's going to be awesome when I'm done with this thing. It's going to be beautiful. All right, so we've got all of our tile work done. I've still got a little bit of grout here, but I'm anxious to get the flooring in, so that's what we're going to work on, is flooring. We've got these nice gray, looks like gray wooden planks, but they're made of vinyl. It's a waterproof flooring, and we're going to get started. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait.
Again, it's the counting part of the cycle. You need to be prepared for